What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are doing another experiment video on Madden 21. And yes, before you get, oh, well, clearly he's out of ideas. Yes, Barney. I don't know why that voice decided to come out, but okay, it's this time of the year. All right, we're running out of ideas, but Nick suggested us an idea, and I think it was during a stream, which, you know, must have been a long time ago, because this guy right here has not streamed a lot, which is why I feel bad. And, you know, you think, hey, maybe he does something about that. Maybe he will. Maybe there'll be one today. I don't know. I will definitely do one on Sunday night, even though I have to be somewhere on Monday. But that's okay, because we will still do it. We will still do it. Maybe we'll do one tonight as well. We'll see. But, you know, okay, that's it. That's it. All right, enough of that. But Nick says, same name experiment. Players all named Jones. And I was like, you know, that's a pretty good idea. I was like, let's take a look at all the guys named Jones. There are a lot. There are definitely a lot. But there's not enough. Okay, there's not enough. So, as the title may suggest, or the thumbnail, we had to add 2 names, which is still really good. You know, 2 names out of the entire alphabet of names comes up with an 82 overall roster. Not half bad. Not to mention, it's not even just like all-time names. It's not like, you know, the best players named Jones or Smith of all time. Just the current players named Smith or Jones. So, not bad. Not bad turnout here, obviously. Julio Jones, probably the best Jones out of the list. And then Chandler Jones not too far behind. And then Harrison Smith, probably the best Smith out of the bunch. I'm trying to think. Tyron, maybe. Tyron, if he was more healthy, would probably be the better one, perhaps. But not a bad-looking squad. Of course, you have Juju Smith-Schuster as the number 2. You have Jones as the number 3. You have Jones as the number 1. The Jones as the number 2. Jones as the number 1. I'm not going to do that, okay? But obviously, quarterback's lacking a bit. Maybe if Alex Smith was like prime Alex Smith, you know, he'd be in the 80s, but yeah, Daniel Jones is our starting quarterback. I don't know how to feel about that, but, you know, if you're in the right scheme, doesn't matter to anyone. As far as the defensive side of things, I think it's hard to tell, but I'd say it's a little more consistent, right? Like, you're lacking hard at quarterback. You're lacking hard at right guard and left guard. Wide receivers, okay. Whereas defense, you're lacking at strong safety. Nah, both sides just have a little bit of lackings. The Smith and corner, you know, the corners is where the most of the Jones and Smiths come from. Actually, linebacker, too, to be fair. You have Chandler Jones, Zadarius Smith, Preston Smith, Roquan Smith, Daniel, that's Deion Jones, Jalen Smith. There was also, like, High Smith from the Steelers, but we didn't really have enough, you know, we didn't really need them. You know, we have Malcolm Smith here sitting as a backup. We have a lot of backups. There's some guys we probably didn't add, but they're in, like, the 60s, so apologize there. Jones, the punter who looks like... Actually, did he do a crime? He looks like a criminal. I think he has. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. And there is no kicker named Smith or Jones, so we just went with Tucker McCann, my favorite kicker in the game. I'm trying to think if it's like... I don't, like, you know, I don't think there's anything else to do but to go on and see if the team can do it now. Of course, this has a few more options. There are some other names that are pretty common. You know, Johnson was kind of common. Jackson was, but there was no more consistent names further than Jones or Smith. Those had the best players. But we could do like a, you know, Jackson and Johnson combination. And then maybe have those two like face off against each other, which would be kind of sick. Like, who's the ultimate name team? I don't know, but so far not looking super great, obviously. It chose the Cowboys because they had a lot of Smiths, so, you know, we just went with them. We're nearing the end, and I think we may just barely make it, or we may just barely miss, and we barely miss at 9-7. I'm re-signing everyone and giving them another go. I just have to. Of course, Daniel Jones, not actually bad numbers at all. Rushing, kind of, you know, okay. Receiving was definitely a little bit on the lacking side, especially considering you have Julio Jones not even getting to 1,000 yards. Defensively, you've got Smith doing pretty well, and Smith doing pretty well, and Jones doing pretty well, and Jones doing... It's Jones at corner, Smith at linebacker, basically. Chris Jones, not bad. Returning, Tremon Smith, the best returner out of everyone. Any Jones or Smiths on the list here? Anything? Daniel Jones, not bad. Okay, we got a couple of... You got Daniel Jones coming around. Smith. No one there. No one there. Jones. Jones. Yeah, that's it's pointless to keep going on like that. I'm going to make sure everyone's re-signed, and we're going to give it one more go. Ooh, I can actually try to draft players, actually, that are named Jones or Smith. Oh, my, what a disaster. I'm pretty sure I also turned off salary cap, so I probably should have just, like, let the game do this, but meh. And of course, we exposed EA for the company that they are. I offered him 3 times what he wanted. Apparently, a $20 million deal at 31 years of age as an average player is. I'm not interested. Yeah, sure. Good job, EA. The worst part is I didn't think that we were going to actually do this, so I don't have our second round pick because I needed to trade for like one player. But yeah, it's okay. No one worried. Well, that felt like a massive waste of time. There was literally only 2 players in the entire class. Well, maybe there's some undrafteds, but named Smith or Jones. And it's a DT and a center, which I suppose we could use both positions. Probably the center more, but they're both late. Or they're both, like gainable. All we have to do is just draft Jones first. Philip Jones doesn't actually look half bad. We're going to take him. And there's no shot. There is no shot we land a hidden development DT. There's just no shot. Like, oh yeah, we reached. I mean, we did reach, but like, all right, starter automatically. And ooh, I mean, we don't really need anything else, right? Like, we can't. I mean, we need a lot of things, but we don't really have a reason to go for anything else because it's the Smith Jones. So we're gonna go for the other Jones. All right, let's see if we get another hit in. There's no way. There's no way. If this guy's also hidden, you guys are going to think I cheated, so I'm really hoping he's not. And, all right, the center, who actually looks pretty good himself, and he is normal. Okay, as expected. Yeah, there's just no way. You might get lucky with a DT, especially a later round DT, the most common position in drafts, but you're just not going to get away with a center. But he's really good. He's really good. I'm assuming we have somewhere to play him, right? So that's it for the draft. We might as well take a look at the DT. He's going to start somewhere, and we're going to give it one more go and hope the team actually does something, because if not, well, this was a big waste. Somehow I'm glad to spend time with you. Leave a like and subscribe for the waste of time we've all experienced. Yep. And I already know he's obviously an X Factor. I actually don't even remember the last time we drafted an X Factor. He is, expected star dev, but we'll take it. 2 players in the entire class. Wow. All right, the squad's an 85 overall now, and we didn't really improve the team too much. But Smith does go up 2 overalls because of his speed. Not bad, I suppose. We get an upgrade. I'm surprised we even got anyone, to be honest. I was hoping a QB would have been there. And then we get Jones, who actually drops an overall or 2, I believe, at right end. But makes more sense to play that spot, I think. Still, solid squad. One more try, that's it. That's all you get. That's all you get, Jones and Smiths. Then a new group of names is going to come in and show you up. All right, here it is, another iffy season. I do not know if the team's going to be able to pull it off, and they do. At 10-6, I will take that. Daniel Jones, 4,800 yards, 42 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, yards 1,372, 12 touchdowns. Julio goes off. Smith was all right. Marvin was all right. Johnny was decent. Blocking was, a slight bit better, not but much better. Roquan is the guy this time. Philip Jones with 8 sacks, the leader on the team with guys like Za'Darius and Chandler on the outside. That's a little surprising. Decent numbers for picks, nothing crazy. McCann was good again. Chris Jones was worse. Cyrus Jones got a kick return touchdown. Tremon Smith, not so much. Daniel Jones, the league MVP. My dude. Obviously, rookie of the year with Jones. Quarterback of the year with Jones. Best wide receiver with Jones. A bunch of Jones. 91 overall to the 87 overall Rams. I forgot to boost the XP sliders year 1 until around week 11, so I bumped everything to 300%. And I didn't expect to do a second season, so my brain forgot about that. And yeah, it's been like a season and a half of 300% sliders. So there you go. Obviously, after the season, it's not going to matter anyways, but, it be what it be. 7-all, halftime score of 14-7. No, 17-7. They get a nice touchdown to start it off, though. We drive down. We can't score. We stop them. We get a big score, and that's going to be a game over. Dallas on top of the Rams. Jones and Smith take game 1. And they're headed to the divisional. Daniel Jones, 3 touchdowns. Aaron Jones, nice. The Jones and Smith squad looking very good in their first playoff game. They held Goff to under 50% completion percentage. That is a fat yikes. And the Saints, they're going to beat us. So it's okay. Here we are. They also have Amari Cooper because we needed to get Traquan Smith. You know, it seems like a fair trade. All right, here we go. Start of the first quarter, and the Saints are up. We get a safety off them and a touchdown. So 9-point play there, basically, or a 9-point swing. I don't even know what you want to call it. 21-16. Halftime score is very, very close. But obviously not looking super great. Down by 5, fourth quarter. That could be the dagger. I think it's going to be. Smith and Jones can't do it, or can they? Did they kick a field goal? I mean, I guess it didn't really hurt considering we just couldn't stop a soul. And no, the Smith and Jones could not do it. But if we do more team name combinations in the future here, we could have this as the time to beat, or the round to beat, I suppose, getting to the divisional and losing. And we might as well see who wins the Super Bowl here, as it was, the Ravens, and it might have been the Ravens Saints back-to-back. I know the Ravens were in. I can't remember if it was the Saints or not. Probably was, because they've been on a tear lately, especially with Cooper here. 35-30, and that's going to conclude it. Obviously, 300% sliders is, the way it is. Daniel Jones with a nice bit of upgrade points. Yeah, believe it or not, when you put those sliders up to 300%, any player can be good, basically. Not that Daniel Jones still can't, especially in Madden. Planes, please, stop. I'm doing things. But anyways, that is going to be it. Maybe you guys actually enjoyed that one. I don't know. It's not like the worst idea in the world, right? Like we've all thought about these things. Who has which team would be the best if it was like all based on one color, like red versus blue. Or, the names, a team of Jones, a team of Smiths, Jacksons, Johnsons, If there's any other suggestions you guys want to see in the future, let me know. If there's team names, once again, these player names, suggestions, if you want to see, Jackson, Johnson on the same team, and then they face off, who knows? Let me know in the comment section below. Anyways, there should be another video today, later on, which is going to be a long one, and then tomorrow will be a rebuild with maybe a second channel video, and if not a stream tonight, for sure Sunday night. And yeah, it should be a lot of content, hopefully better than this if you didn't enjoy it. Anyways, though, if you did, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. We do a ton of franchise stuff. Maybe follow me on, once again, PKR Plays the Second Channel, twitter.com/JeromepkR, and then twitch.tv/JeromepkR, where I've sold tremendously on the last 2 of those names. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video, but until next video, see